So now I'm going to talk about the starting position for the get-up. Stacked side lying. What do I mean by stacked? I mean that I'm going to lay on top of my bottom arm. So it's not in front of me, I'm on top of it. This puts me really, really close to the bell. So I've got my crush grip around the bell, and I'm on top of that arm. That bell is basically already against my abdomen if I'm in the right starting position. I'm going to cover that free hand, working hand with my free hand, and before I roll, I'm going to pack my shoulders. So what I'm doing is I'm squeezing between my shoulder blades to draw them back and down. I've created this long neck, getting my shoulders way down out of my ears. If I pack my shoulders here, I won't have to repack them quite so often during the performance of the get-up itself, although you can take any opportunity you need to get those shoulders into this packed position. So I've crushed the grip, I've covered, I'm stacked on top of this arm with my shoulders packed, a nice long neck. Now I'm going to take a deep breath in, and I'm going to roll my whole body and the kettlebell as one. And I'm on my back. Next, I'm going to get my free leg, the non-kettlebell side leg, and my free arm placed where I want them to be. I'm going to have my free leg flat out on the floor and out to the side, maybe somewhere in the neighborhood of 30 to 45 degrees. I'm going to take my free arm, palm down, but keeping the shoulder packed, down at my side, but out to about 30 to 45 degrees. So whichever hand has the bell up, that leg is up. That's also going to be out to about 30 to 45 degrees. By having these limbs angled out, then when I go into my roll up to the elbow after I've pressed the bell to arm's length, I'm going to have the ability to really turn my body, which is what the first part of the get-up is about, rotation. So I've got my setup here. Now what I'm going to do before I bring everything back down is I'm going to press this foot into the floor, and I'm going to squeeze the glute on my opposite leg, my straight leg, and I'm going to press this arm down into the floor. Now I'm really in a good position for the next phase of the get-up, which is the floor press. But we'll come back around to that. If I'm going to get out of this position, I'm going to get out exactly the way I got in. So now I'm going to cover with my free hand, bend this leg, and I'm going to roll back as one. Now, I'm going to get off of my arm. I'm going to hook 2 fingers from each hand under the handle of the bell, and I'm going to drag it around my head to the other side where I'm going to start from the get-go. I'm going to get my grip set, I'm going to get stacked, I'm going to pack my shoulders, I'm going to take my deep belly breath, and I'm going to roll as one onto the floor. Now I'm going to set my free leg straight out on the floor and out to about 30 to 45 degrees. My free hand, palm down flat on the floor, but keep that shoulder packed out to about 30 to 45 degrees. My bent leg is out to about 30 to 45 degrees. I'm going to push through this heel. I'm going to push through this heel and squeeze the glute on my straight leg. And I'm going to press down with this hand. Now I'm in a good solid position for my floor press, which will be my next movement. But for right now, we can just practice this and make it an exercise. Cover, roll back, unstack, drag around. Grip, stack, pack the shoulders, Big belly breath, roll as one. Set, 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 get tight, cover, roll, unstack, drag around, grip, stack, pack, big breath, roll as one, set, 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 get tight, cover, roll, unstack, drag around. I practiced that at my HKC certification so much that by the time we moved on to the next step of the get up, it's like I wasn't changing anything. It's like I already knew exactly what was going to happen. The get up and the swing both are great demonstrations of how the Strong First system layers skills one on top of the other. This is one of the reasons why we don't need a whole lot of specialized variety at Salem Kettlebell Training. We can make this simple activity, getting set up for the Turkish get-up, into a standalone exercise. If I practice parts of the get-up, those are specialized variety exercises for the Turkish get-up. If I practice the kettlebell deadlift, that is a specialized variety exercise for the kettlebell swing. And it just builds and builds and builds. You get better at this phase of the get-up, you'll have a better get-up. You get better at the kettlebell deadlift, you'll have a better swing. Layer the skills one on top of each other. Stay tuned.